It's a new rechargeable flashlight from Thrunite that was sent to me to evaluate. This one is called the T1S version 2. The official unboxing. Okay, there's the light there. It comes with a manual. Accessory pack includes 2 replacement rubber water covers and 2 O-rings, as well as a charging cable, USB-C, a belt clip, and of course a hand strap. Here's the light itself. It says on here to screw down the light to the tail cap, obviously because it's they unscrew it for safety so that the light doesn't get turned on during transport, but you just screw this down and then the light will work. We're going to charge the battery up on here. Let's take a look at the battery first of all, see what you get on this one. So this one's powered by 1100 milliamp hour. This is a 18350 lithium ion cell with internal overcharge and over discharge protection. There's our circuitry up front here, and of course our charging circuitry and everything will be up front. Battery goes in just like that. Let's take a look at the different light modes that this one has. Here's the specifications. Our output is 1212 lumens for 5 minutes, and then it drops to 317 lumens for an additional 70 minutes. That's in turbo mode. In high mode, it's 407 lumens for 80 minutes. Medium, 94 lumens for 5.5 hours. Low is 7 lumens for 44 hours. Firefly will run for 27 days at half a lumen, and strobe 1080 lumens for 157 minutes. Distance it will throw is 184 meters maximum, has an impact resistance of 1.5 meters and 2 meters waterproof protection. You've got a light that will flash either blue, red, or will light up blue, red, or flashing red depending on the charge condition. And to lock the light, you can hold the switch for 2 seconds to unlock the flashlight and lock it. And if the flashlight is off, press and hold for 2 seconds to enter Firefly mode. Under Firefly mode, press and hold the side switch for 2 seconds to access the lockout mode. So to turn it on and off, press the button on and off. If you press and hold, I would imagine that the brightness goes up, which it does. Low, medium, and high. And if you double click, I'm sure it's going to go into the turbo mode, which it does. It remembers what state it was on before. So if it's off, you just double click and you're into turbo mode. If it's off, or it's off, you double click turbo. If it's on, double click, it goes into turbo. Triple click is more likely for strobe. Let's see that. There you go. Here's your strobe mode. So 1 click returns to previous state, double click is turbo, triple click is strobe. Firefly mode, press and hold, you're in Firefly mode. The lamp will stay running until you turn it off by clicking it. When in Firefly mode, if you press and hold the side switch, it goes into lockout mode, so then nothing works. And the flashlight looks like it's dead, but you press and hold for 2 seconds and you go back into Firefly mode. That's about as simple as it gets. I'm going to give this a full charge, and then we're going to take it out once it gets dark, and we'll see how it illuminates and what type of throw we get off of this little light. It's small. They're making them smaller. People have asked for smaller lights that are easier to carry, so they've responded by bringing out this new flashlight. And it's got a different type of reflectors. You look at the reflector here, it's almost more like a lens itself as opposed to just a glass and an aluminum reflector in behind it. This one here actually has got some dimension to it. It's not just a flat glass. It has some dimension, and you can see the LED itself. So this will give you a fairly concentrated beam, as you can see. Anyway, charge this thing up, and we'll see how it performs in the dark. Charge ports on the side. It's a USB-C, as everything is moving to USB-C. You put it on charge, and the charge current is 0.5 amp. 0.56, so 560 milliamps, well 580, call it 560, 560 milliamps is the charge on this unit. Light is red when it's charging, and it'll turn red when the battery is discharged. It was blue, so it does have a fair charge in it, but it certainly won't be full, so we're going to charge this up. And we'll take it from there once it's charged and it gets dark. One thing I will mention is, unlike some other flashlights which use the 18650, where you can put two CR123s in this inside the flashlight itself, and it will run on two of these non-rechargeable batteries, this one here will not, because the CR123, it's just a little bit too short to work. Now possibly if the spring in the bottom was stretched a bit, it might work, but as it sits, you cannot just put a CR123 in and use it. But I'm curious as if I were to add something in behind here to add a little bit of extra depth to the cell itself, whether it would work. We can certainly test that theory and see if it does. In this case, I'm just going to take a little bit of solder that I've just kind of balled up here, and we'll drop it in the back, and we'll drop in a CR123 over top of it and screw the top on, and we'll see that the light indeed does work on a CR123 battery. So if you're in an extended power failure and you're unable to charge up, all you'll need to do is grab some CR123s and a little bit of wire or something to go in behind there. In fact, I could probably, and for that matter, even put something like on top of this, like maybe even a dime or something that would just provide enough space. We'll try that if I've got a dime in my pocket, because I think a dime might fit on top there without causing any problems. If I put a dime on top, because everybody has a dime in their pocket, right? Will that make the light work? And it does, but without the dime, it doesn't work. So you got one of these lights and you need in a bind to use a non-rechargeable battery, a CR123A, drop a dime over top of it, screw the top on, or of course ball up some wire in the bottom, and you've got a flashlight that will now work. Just saying. That's for those that end up needing their light during an extended power failure and there's no way to charge it up, or if you're camping, for example, and you don't have power. Anyway, let this charge up and we'll check it out a little bit later on once it gets dark. Alright, so we're going to take a shot up the street. Turn the light on so you can see the throw as I shine it up the street. This is in bright mode, not turbo mode or anything, just regular high. If I go to low, see that low is barely enough to see. Medium, getting a bit of throw on medium, and then high, a fair bit of throw. It's quite a wide beam. If I go to turbo, turbo actually illuminates the road quite well all the way down to the corner. This is a good 100 yards or 100 meters down the road here from where I am. Looking up the street the other way, you know, another good 100 meters the opposite direction. This is in turbo mode. I'll look at high power and then turbo. And as you can see, the beam is relatively wide. It's more of a flood. A great light for just carrying around in your pocket. It is small. Well, that's about all I can show you on this one. Just a quick little demo video on the capabilities of this new light from
Thrunite. Thanks for watching.